Welcome to episode number 73. I'm Rebecca Fuller, the flute expert at Learn Flute Online. Today we're going to take a detailed look at the answer to questions I get all the time. How to play flute with braces or no teeth at all. Sounds like something you might want to know about? Well, I think you're going to like this, so stick around. I'll be right back.
You can do it, and Rebecca will show you how, step by step all along the way. Introducing the Learn Flute Podcast.
Well, hello and welcome back to another audio episode of the Learn Flute Podcast. There is so much knowledge to share with you online students. You can enjoy these audios and make the information about music learning part of your life in not only an educational way, but in other positive ways that impacts you, your family, and your friends. You'll want to keep it around forever and ever. Enough said? Well, let's get going on today's subject. I have students in all ages of life, and when I say all stages, I really mean that. My youngest student I've ever taught was almost 3 years old, and the bulk of my young studio begins around age 4. And goes on up through all of the different ages, all the way to the wisest of them who are in their 90s. Yes, I am serious. This instrument spans all ages and stages. It's awesome. Now, throughout these stages, I have the opportunity of watching the students as they develop right in front of my eyes, literally. There are parts of development that you possibly haven't even thought about. For example, the subject for today is all about those teeth and how they affect flute playing. Now, when I begin a student at a very young age, they have all of their cute little baby teeth. And then as they turn about 7 or even 8 years old, those teeth begin falling out. And we have to adjust our playing style just slightly to accommodate for having a lot of empty spaces in the mouth. It's a whole new ballgame for a few minutes when your tongue has no teeth to touch, especially those front ones. Now think about it. The lips literally lay on your face and mouth area depending on the position of those teeth, and especially those front ones. If they're gone, the embouchure and aperture that are so delicately vital to tone production are changed, moved even just a little. So as the progression of teeth growing in and falling out happens, so does the evolving of the abilities of the player to adjust what is happening, every few weeks even. Now let me move on here. Once the child is around 9 years old or so, suddenly they have really large front teeth, and most of the time they aren't even straight. They come in all crazy directions sometimes, as well as the other teeth surrounding. And this stage spurs on the next one, which is braces or brackets, as they're called in some countries. Now think of what happens during the process of straightening one's teeth with braces. It's really common nowadays. The lips lay even further out from the face than they used to. So that's usually the biggest thought we take when we approach playing the flute. I have to teach the students to stretch their lips farther over to accommodate for the extra distance their teeth are out from their gums. I've actually had to get quite scientific about this. Now, playing with braces is something many youngsters face in the beginning band years, and unless someone teaches them the tricks to still being able to sound good, then it can be a very frustrating process. But no worries, it's totally possible, and it's all about that top lip and getting it all the way over the metal and down past the bottom of the front teeth. Then all is well. You just have to remember to do it every time you play. Now you might be wondering if once the braces come off, if there are any of the same issues of fuzzy or hard to control tone. And the answer is usually not. I don't think even once in the history of me teaching hundreds of students with braces have we ever had problems getting and keeping good tone the day the braces are removed. And this is mostly because we've already been working so hard on learning good tone techniques and where exactly the lips must be, etc. That once the smooth teeth return, all is well, and most of the time, even a smidge better. So adulthood with big kid teeth lasts a lot longer than these previous stages, but then the funny thing is that we get to go right back to the same stage as the youngest as the teeth begin to shift in older age. And some of you listening can attest to the fact that you don't always play with a whole deck of pearlies in your later years. And sometimes you're faced with learning how to play with false teeth or dentures even. Now, I've had quite a few people ask me if they should play with the dentures in or with them out. Well, this depends on which type you own, and it's really hard to play with a false roof of the mouth. Now, it causes all sorts of tone issues. So back in the stage of braces, if you have an expander in your mouth, I usually suggest we just kind of hang with it and don't worry about a lot of flute tone progression during that time, because it's very hard to control, and usually a lot of drooling and spitting is happening during that time as well. But it doesn't last forever and never more than 3 months. It causes all sorts of tone issues. Now, we need that natural high arch to get good tone. And if there's too much going on that exceeds what used to be naturally grown in your mouth, then it's going to be super hard to adjust. But it is possible. Now, just as the 7-year-old has to learn how to play with even 8 of their front teeth missing, it's also possible for an adult to slowly adjust and learn as well. It's just that the adult isn't quite as pliable and patient about it. So goes the circle of teeth life in the days of a flutist. Now, I'm not quite sure if any other instruments matters as much in the way of tone production and teeth. I do remember my brother complaining that playing the trumpet was killing him when he had braces. It was wax and more wax. But the teeth, gums, mouth roof, and lips of a flutist are super duper important and will evolve in the lifetime. So what takeaway do we have here today in this quick discussion about teeth? Well, it's that no matter what's going on inside your mouth, you can do it. You can learn how to play the flute. It just takes continual effort, good instruction, and patience. Yep, that's about it. We're all different, and the flute does not discriminate. It sits there all pretty, just waiting for you to get it figured out, so it can be the tool that enhances your life. It's been a great day for Learn Flute Online. Thanks for being here. I hope that we'll be able to see you inside the members area soon, where you can take a lesson, learn, and enjoy. Now, if you have any questions at all, feel free to email me from the contact page on learnfluteonline.com up in the menu bar. I'm always on the other end, cheering you on as usual. Until next time, I'm Rebecca Fuller, signing off, and reminding you that Learn Flute Online helps you quickly learn how to play the flute easily and beautifully. Bye now.
Thanks for listening today. Remember that this is where people of all ages, such as you, can come, learn, and play the musical instrument flute in an easy-to-follow, organized manner, and in the privacy and comfort of your own home, on your own schedule.